Rex Tillerson's blunt language is bound to lead to a frosty reception in Moscow. In an off-camera briefing during Chinese President Xi Jinping's Florida summit with Donald Trump, Tillerson was sure to ruffle feathers with his comment that either Russia has been complicit or simply incompetent in preventing the Syrian government from using chemical weapons, despite a 2013 agreement to remove them from the country. He was still talking tough on American media before leaving for Moscow.
Call upon Foreign Minister Lavrov and the Russian government to fulfill the obligation it made to the international community when it agreed to be the guarantor of the elimination of the chemical weapons. And why Russia has not been able to achieve that is unclear to me. I don't draw conclusions of complicity at all, but clearly they've been incompetent.
As the pictures of the chemical attack in northern Syria were seen around the world, there's been condemnation and revulsion. The US will now press the Russians to cut their ties with Assad's regime. At the G7 foreign ministers meeting in Italy, the Europeans were also pressing for action, while the Kremlin argues that the attack on the Syrian airbase showed the US is unwilling to cooperate, and that there's no alternative to the established peace talks in Geneva and Astana.
Sharply negative downturn in Russian media coverage of Trump and Russian rhetoric. But the enduring impact, I'm not so sure. I mean, the Russians must have expected that Trump would have to feel compelled to take a strong action in this case. If Obama had been president, he probably would have done the same. It was a one-off strike. They gave Russians advance notice.
This meeting is important for the Trump administration. It's the first official visit to Russia, even though Rex Tillerson, in his previous role as an oil executive, visited Moscow many times and personally knows many in the Russian government. This meeting follows the missile strike in Syria, the allegations of close contact between Donald Trump and many in Russia, as well as the allegations that the Kremlin supported the business tycoon's campaign to become president. Yolo Ap David, TRT World, Washington, D.C.